It is the Flow Friday Night Sports Show, and let's take a look now at North Central Netball. We've only got games to review because they're having the weekend off this weekend. Jenna Allen joins me on the line. Jenna, what is your plan for the weekend off? What are you doing?
Hello, Jason. Spending on winning some mum points, putting some mum credit in the bank. Kids at the zoo, kids at Disney on Ice, weekend away in Melbourne.
What about that? So, what's the weekend off in aid of? Is this when you used to play association stuff, or what's the story?
No, I think this is just a general buy. School holidays, it always lines up with school holidays, and it's middle of winter, so most people are pretty keen to get away or escape somewhere.
Haven't had the opportunity to do that for a couple of years now, particularly through the pandemic, so makes sense that while you've got the chance to do it, you probably want to have a little break.
Yeah, definitely. It's come at a really good time, I think.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to last week. First of all, let's start with Witcherproof Narraport, who took on Sea Lake Nandaly, and you almost got there, mate. But Sea Lake did the job in the end, 40-34, 6 goals down. What happened?
Oh, we weren't good enough. Sea Lake played a really good brand of netball. They were clean, they were short, sharp, direct, and very efficient in front of goal. And we did not take our chances, unfortunately. We had a late run back at it. If we probably had another 5 minutes, could have tightened it into another draw maybe. But we blew out as far as, I think, 10 in the third quarter. We had a shocking third quarter. We made some changes we probably shouldn't have. And we just sort of fell apart a little bit. So we really need to learn from that in the coming weeks, because we've got to play a lot more confidently and be a lot more efficient.
Definitely. It could be a killer blow for finals chances. I hope I'm wrong about that, but it's not one that you needed to lose, right?
No, we went into it with that mindset. We were very determined. We were 2 down at half time. It was anyone's game to win. And Sea Lake won it. So full credit to Ash Roberts, again, terrific in defence. Sophie Perryman was outstanding as goal attack. Her run, leap, jump was phenomenal. We just didn't have the same amount of bounce. So full credit to Sea Lake.
All right. Okay, let's address this one. We're going to go to the blowout. Now, St Arnaud, we said last week, we were a bit worried about this one. 31 goals they scored, St Arnaud. Now, you'd have to be pleased with that, I reckon, if you're St Arnaud's coach and their players, whatnot. To put 31 on the board is probably the most they've put on the board all year. Yeah,
I think it nearly is their highest score, and I was really glad to see it up as high as 30, because we scored 35 against Wedderburn. So it's not an easy feat to do. You do get your centre passes, you do get opportunity, but against a side like Wedderburn, it's still really difficult to follow through and convert against the level of defence that they have in Maddie Postle and Lara Judd. So I think St Arnaud needs some credit in that. So they obviously knuckled down. They knew it was a big chance to blow out, which, yes, it did. But really proud of them to get those 31 on the board.
Yep, and they obviously got a few looks at a centre pass, because on the other side, or at the other end of the court, there was smoke coming off the chains, or the what do they use on those courts there at St Arnaud? Are they chains or are they actual proper rope?
No, it has to be chains in St Arnaud. It's that wet log down there. They have to be chains. Yep.
Well, they might have just been about melted down at the end of the game at Wedderburn's end, because they whacked through, wait for it, 106 goals. So 106-31. Boy, that's a lot of goals.
It's fast, isn't it? And I think that's real credit to Emma Lockhart in wing attack and Meg Lockhart in the centre, or Meg Lowry, I should say. Just their speed and ability to transfer from the centre pass straight to goals. They've got some really, really well fine-tuned systems, and it works. Their conversion rate, quick, fast, very hard to stop.
Didn't just get to the 100 sneakily, they smashed through it, 106.
Yeah.
So, boy, oh boy. Anyway, that's 75 goals to the good for those of you playing at home. At the other end of the spectrum, there was a 1-goal thriller at Donald. Let's talk about that one. Donald taking on Birchip Watcham, and the girls from Purple couldn't quite get the job done over the girls in blue.
No, they couldn't, and I think they went in with a bit of confidence riding on the back of their win over second-place Bort from the week before. And we did talk about this last week, but Donald are always a threat. They're always up for a challenge. Their young guns have got nothing to lose. Their experience knows what to do in a pressured situation. So they should never be written off. And I think in a really close, tight contest, and it was at Donald's home court, which is the only court that is played indoors. So Donald are used to the conditions. I'd say they just got the jump, and they were able to convert in those last couple of minutes.
Good on them. So Donald win there by a goal. We'll check the ladder in a minute and see what that does to things. But Charlton beat Boort as well. What about this? Boort, a couple of losses in a row. 41-29. So Charlton, a big win for them.
Huge win. So well done to Charlton. As we said, there was not much separating them, two very similar sides. And Charlton are building momentum, and full credit to them for ending up in second spot as a result. They've had some really good wins. And this one, is exactly that. So terrific to see the ladder changing and as tight as it is.
Well, let's have a look at it, because Charlton now jump up into second spot on the ladder. A game clear of Boort. Of course, Wedderburn undefeated on top with a stupid percentage of 245. I don't think I've ever seen that. That is.
I'd like to pinch a bit of that percentage if they'd oblige.
To steal a line from Shrek for a moment, that is redonkulous. Crazy stuff. Boort have a better percentage than Charlton, but are a game behind them on the ladder. So they're a whole 120 percentage points behind Wedderburn at the moment, which is, I've already said it, it's ridiculous. Sea Lake Nandaly, they are half a game back from Boort now, so they're fourth on the ladder as things stand right now, on 22 premiership points. And Witchproof Narraport's still in touch. Fifth, 18 premiership points, but gee whiz, would have been nice to win that game last week, mate.
It really, really hurts. So we've analysed it. We know what we're going to have to do. We've got Boort after the bye, so looking to put in a big 2 weeks and continue Boort's run of unsuccessful attempts.
Yeah.
But I think Boort had a really good, strong start to the season, and it seemed to have just sort of fallen away a little bit, whether it be in fitness or they've had a rotation of girls in and out. So they've had girls away at different times. So I think that potential disruption to consistency of positioning might have something to do with it, but still definitely can't be written off. And I'd say after suffering 2 close losses, they'll be looking for our scalp next weekend. But we to keep our season alive, we really need to make sure that's 4 points to us.
Yep, spot on. Birchip, Watcham on 4 wins, and Donald on 3 wins, still in touch. St Arnaud, of course, as we know, bottom of the ladder without a win at the moment. So from 2nd to 7th, everyone's still a chance.
Yeah, definitely. And Birchip, Matty Marks has been the difference for Birchip in recent games. Definitely the difference when they beat Sea Lake, and definitely the difference when they were able to pit Boort. So provides them a different perspective in goal attack, a real clear, strong drive. And unless she's playing AFLW or doing something with her footy, everyone needs to be sort of watching for Birchip and Donald, because anything could happen.
All right. Well, no games this week, so that's where we will leave it. We'll catch up with you next week and preview what will be round 11. Good luck accruing those mum points, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Thanks, Jason.